Our message today is entitled Life. Life. And we know in papers there is nothing to fear by choosing life. There is nothing to fear by choosing life. When we become open to the allness of God, life is beautiful. Life is bountiful. Life is more. Life becomes purposeful. And this message really is about the scripture that I just read. The scripture about Ruth and all the prayers around her, which should have been her mother-in-law, Naomi, her sister-in-law, Oprah, the parents, the husbands, Chilean and Marlon, the father-in-law, the Lemonette, and all of them. So we know the story about Ruth. There came a time when her life, as well as her mother-in-law and her sister-in-law, was severely changed. Life happens. Ruth, as we know it, represents loyalty and devotion. So life happened to her. She became a widow at a very early age. She was a widow from a land called Moab, where her in-laws had settled, having come from Bethlehem. And now, having found herself widowed, along with her mother-in-law, who was also widowed because her husband, Lemonette, died, and her two sons also died. So it was just these three women alone. Serious change in situation. Not being able to take care of themselves, not knowing where the next meal is coming from, who will protect them, there's no safety. And we know there had to be a lot of fear because they lived in a society where they had to have men around. It was a patriarchal kind of society. So the mother-in-law, in experiencing all of this and not seeing a way out, decided, me and my daughters-in-law need to make another choice. We need to choose life. And the only way I know how to do that is for us to return to my land in Bethlehem, where, as an old widow, because, I might be able to find some substance to keep this family going. So the decision was made. The daughters-in-law started out on the journey with her, a treacherous journey. However, along the way, Naomi, she stopped and she said, this is unfair of me to take you two young men with me. You should stay here in this land of Moab because this is your home. Maybe you might be able to remarry and have a new life. But both daughters-in-law said, we will go with you. But along the way, she kept insisting, and eventually woke up, decided, I will stay. Ruth, on the other hand, decided to go with Naomi. And that's when she did she made this statement, wherever you go, I will go. And the whole of that scripture, making a promise to her that I will be with you always. But along the way, the whole way, here is Naomi, a bitter person, from her hurt, from her disappointment, from all that needs to happen for her to change her life. So she complains, and she complains, and she keeps saying to Ruth, but my hurt is more than yours. I've lost husband, I've lost children, all he lost is a husband. And she kept, on and on about it. It could be very daunting for anybody who's reading, like someone else is measuring their hurt against yours. Because nobody knows the depth of hurt that any one person is going through. But Ruth, being the loyal and devoted daughter-in-law, as she was named, listened and did not strike out, and continued to stay with Naomi. And this happens a lot in all our situations. But one of the things I know, and I have learned here in Unity, when situations like that happens, the more we complain about that situation, the more it unfolds in our mind, in our consciousness, and in our lives. And I also know one of the keys to help us. Stop thinking about the difficulty, whatever it is. Think about God instead. And at first, we need them. But Naomi wasn't there yet. She was still in a fearful and hurt mood. So she said to Ruth, don't call me Naomi. Don't call me Naomi, because that means goodness and all of that. And I have not seen that in my life. Call me Mara, which means bitterness. So clearly, she was not serving the God that has given this statement. Stop thinking about the trouble and start thinking about God. Because she continued to complain, saying that my God is not a nice God, he's a bad God. Look how he has dealt with me. And this is what she was holding on to. That's the truth. She was holding on to. So they finally arrived in that city, in Bethlehem, which was a foreign city to Ruth. Now remember, Ruth is a foreigner. Her God that she knew does not sound like Naomi's God. Her God sounds like a loving, caring, providing, protecting, all, everything God. But she's in this foreign city and listening to Naomi's complaint, but she has committed herself to being with her and to help him take care of her. And we know the story, how she went into the fields to, as they call it, to glean, which means gleaning was one of the lowest form of employment in that time. They would just walk behind the farmers and pick up everything that fall from what they have collected, or the barley or the droppings, in order to feed themselves. So Ruth found herself doing this because she saw other women doing it. However, remember, Ruth's God is not the same God as Naomi's. Ruth's status, though, being a foreigner here, she could easily be attacked. She could be judged. There could be enemies because they see her. The people in that city saw the people from Moab as they are cursed. They are cursed people. And if she is here, it means she can bring a curse. And to top it off, remember her husband, her husband who married this Moab woman. So that, of course, there is thinking that she brought the curse onto him. But Ruth stayed faithful. She stayed faithful to the commitment that she made to the bigger picture, to feeding the family. What was required of her? She was required to show up. To show up even in the face of fear and even in the face of her status, the foreigner, the cursed woman, people who come to, who come to take over our jobs, Venezuelans, that's something like us. Anytime that happens, this is what happens. But as it happens, and I would say luck, it was more the goodness of God that she ended up doing this gleaning work in the field of a landowner named Boaz. Beautiful story, beautiful love story. We know what he did. When he saw her, he asked who she was, and as the young people say, he got her whole fires. That foreign woman who come back with my own husband there, come from the cursed land and all like that. So he listened, but he was operating not from the point of view of the limiting God like Naomi's. He was operating from truth, from the truth of we are all one. We are all one. So he saw Naomi and he made a better choice than was expected of him. He spoke with his men and asked them to leave additional scraps for her. He also asked them to take out pieces from the bundles and give it to her. And then he went further along to break with all cultural norms of the time of associating with a foreigner who worships a foreign God. And he invited her, if you're thirsty, come and drink from the same tank that the good men are drinking from, unheard of the time. He told her, if you're hungry, come and sit and break bread with us and dip in the same pot with the vinegar that everybody else is dipping from. Another unheard of. The children there, Boaz was seeing Ruth as God sees her. Perfect, whole, and free, as she was created to be. Of course, she's still afraid. There's still fear in there. But life has to go on. Life has to take over. Because remember, she has commitment. She has made this powerful, elaborate covenant to her mother-in-law. I'm sure at that point, this is what we pray probably sounded like. God's substance is never broken. I walk through the glory of God, and God's substance is always perfect, in its perfect place, and at the right time. In the perfect place, a foreign land for her. The substance is there. The protection is there, because Boaz also instructed his men, do not harass her. Do not be hostile towards her. And as well, look out for her. Isn't that the hand of God? Everything was happening for her outside of the norm of what was expected. And she's reminded that she's never walking alone, because her God, our God, is always present, omnipotent, omnipresence. So she went home to share this good news with Naomi. So Naomi was excited. So she said to Ruth, I need to seek security for you. Do this. Go ahead, wash, perfume yourself, and go out to where Boaz was having his feast and so on. And when he's finished, he will lie down. So you go and raise the cover of his feet and stay there and wait for his instructions. Instructions she's given Naomi from a place of desperation, from a place of lack, a place of little or no faith. Because remember, she already earlier on said God has dealt with her in evil ways. God is not a nice God. And so she had no faith in goodness exploding in their life. So she's instructed Naomi from this limited place. However, Ruth listened, and she said, I will follow your instructions. But remember, Ruth's God and Ruth's thinking is from a different place. One that will say, do the right thing all the time. Naomi's instruction was filled with trick words into getting this security that we need. However, Ruth's choice was the same thing. but not from a point of truth, but from a point of honesty, from a point of I ask, I seek, I knock, and I know my Father answered me. So she had a conversation with Boaz when he awoke and found this woman at his feet, and he asked, "What are you doing here?" And she told him. So to say, she proposed to him. Again, reaching out in places that was uncommon for the time and place that she was found herself in. Was never heard of. Women did not propose to men. So she put fear out of her mind, and she asked for exactly what she wanted. Because remember, she's a foreigner, and they could do anything to her. Boaz, on the other hand, remember, he was not working at the same level of the society. He was not working with that position of I'm better than you. You are a cursed person, and that type of thing. He was working with the Savior, how God sees him, perfect, whole, and free. And of course, he could see the beauty in her because she did not reach out to trick him. She asked nicely, she probably said please, as she was probably taught to do. Now was accepted her for that honesty and that goodness. But he had to overcome quite a few challenges regarding the time and place and space that he was living in. So he had to go to the relative who was first in line to take over Ruth and Naomi and their property and all of that. So he went and he asked. And that relative said, sure I will take the land. But once he heard that taking the land meant also taking two widow women to take care of and find food and all that goes with it, he decided, you know what, it's all right, you can have her. It's easy to say yes when everything looks easy. But once there's responsibility that comes with it, once there's a demand on you, on your time, your space, your wealth, your things change. And this is what happened. So, of course, Boaz was now free to marry Ruth, which she did. And, of course, that union is in the ancestral line of Jesus. Because we had women and all the rest after. So Jesus came from that line. The line that was exactly as was practiced. The goodness of God, the goodness of the heart of man, the sameness of one eye. That's where he was operating from. So is it any wonder that Jesus had those kinds of qualities that he sees you as God sees you? They were able, through that union, to transcend everything that looked unlike God. So I leave with this quote that says, when we change the rules of limitation as they were in, we change the pattern of your life. Thank you very much. That was the message for today.